what is the perfect Premier League? We're talking here what clubs should be in the Premier League for me personally to make it the best league in the world and to make it the most entertaining with the biggest clubs with the best fan bases. This is going to be a very difficult one. I'm going to leave some big teams out of it. I'm going to leave some teams that are in the Prem now out of it. It's going to be a difficult one. But yeah, like I say in every video, just subscribe. If you don't like the content in a week or two, obviously unsubscribe. And if you don't feel like subscribing in the first place, don't, by all means. But genuinely, if you could, subscribe, turn post notifications on, like the video, and just comment. Comment if you disagree with anything I say. Just any comment would really help me out. It just helps with the algorithm and stuff like that. It's very hard to grow on YouTube, and I'm just trying to make good content. But anyway, apologies for the ramble. We will just get straight into things now. Alright, let's go through the non-negotiables. These ones for me are 100% teams that should be in the Premier League no matter what, and these are in my perfect Prem. Man United, biggest club in the world, no debate. Liverpool, third biggest club in the world behind Real Madrid and United obviously. Arsenal, massive club, huge club. Chelsea, massive club. Tottenham, massive club. Everton, massive club. Those are the ones where I think there is no debate, zero debate. If you don't have them in your Premier League, perfect Premier League, I think you're being stupid. These are 100% some of the biggest clubs in England, if not the biggest. Then we've got a little bit more negotiable, let's say. I've gone with Man City now. Man City for me, I think, yeah, you probably put them in there. One of the biggest clubs in recent times. They've won basically everything other than a Champions League, which does put them behind some other clubs like obviously Nottingham Forest and stuff like that, but still, and I think a cracking fan base as well. In my opinion, City do have a good fan base. I know that's very controversial, a lot of people will disagree with that, but I think they do. As much as the stick they get, I just think it's undeserved personally. But yeah, in recent times, Man City, cracking club, and they still do have history. But anyway, we'll move on to the next one. Us, Sunderland. Realistically, we are one of the biggest clubs in England. I don't care what anyone says. I would say 10th biggest, up there with some of the biggest. 6 league titles, 2 FA Cups, massive fan base, like a huge fan base. People don't understand how many fans we have. We obviously have the whole of Sunderland, that's at least 300,000 people. We have like lots of the North East follow Sunderland, and then we've got people around the world, Australian fans, American fans, Dutch fans. But even if we don't, let's say you scrap the idea of a fan base or how big it is, we still have some of the best fans. We also have a massive history. In the 50s, richest club in the world, the 50s Bank of England. We basically were the dominant team in like the 1900s, the early 1900s. And we were a Premier League side up until recent times. Don't let the recent downfall of us dictate our history, because realistically we have been one of the biggest clubs in England, and we will one day be one of the biggest clubs in England again. So yeah, sorry for that little ramble, but Sunderland should be in there. And if I'm putting Sunderland in there, it's only right Newcastle should go in there. Yeah, Newcastle are massive. They're a big club. They've got a cracking fan base. I don't particularly like any of them, but they have got a good fan base, and obviously for derby days and that, Sunderland Newcastle will be class. So I think those two for me definitely should be in there. Then I've got Leeds. Once again, I think Leeds are a Premier League side. As much as in recent times, like I said, don't let that fool you. Historically, Leeds have been very dominant in the 90s, winning league titles. They've been in Europe. Yeah, Leeds are a massive club with a massive fan base. And then we've got one that may be a little bit more shocking. We're going to go with Sheffield Wednesday. Now, again, this is more historically and their fan base. Recently, Sheffield Wednesday have not been a Premier League club. Unlike us and Leeds, like we've been and dabbled in there, Sheffield Wednesday haven't been there for a while. But still, Sheffield Wednesday are a big club. Sheffield Wednesday, they're massive realistically, and they also historically have won a lot. And for me personally, I would like to see them back up there. This again is my opinion. If people disagree, there is teams I'm going to have to leave out here. This could be one of them you would rotate out of there. But for the derby days, I've had to go with Sheffield United as well. But also, Sheffield United, one of the oldest clubs in England. They've got the oldest stadium in England, 1855. Bramall Lane was built. They've also got as good a fan base as Sheffield. I won't say which is better. I do have a personal preference of Sheffield fans just because they were in League One with us. I've met a few, stuff like that. Yeah, decent people, but Sheffield United people are also good. But anyway, yeah, Sheffield United should be in there, Sheffield should be in there. Those two for me, definitely. Cracking fans, cracking clubs. Then we've got Nottingham Forest. Yeah, Nottingham Forest are huge. They've won Premier Leagues. Well, maybe not Premier Leagues, but they've won First Divisions. They've won Champions Leagues, 2 back-to-back. I believe back-to-back, yeah. Back-to-back. Massive fan base, great ground. Everything about Forest screams top division, screams Premier League. So for me, Forest definitely should be in there. So yeah, if I'm counting correctly, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have got 7 left. And to take the 14th spot, I believe, 15th? No, 14th. I've gone with Pompey. Pompey for me, big club, massive team, haven't been in the Prem in a while, and I want to see them back there. But as you can see, I'm basing this a little bit off history, but also clubs that I do like and do want to see up there. But yeah, Pompey for me could be switched out. Maybe they could be in the Championship, but I think the fan base, the ground, the history, just everything about it, they were a top side team, and they had a downfall, and it's the same as us, it's the same as Sheffield, it's the same as like Ipswich and the likes of other teams. It's not fair, right? We're massive clubs, we should be in there. For that reason, Pompey should be in there. Similarly, I've gone Ipswich as well, massive club, right? They should be in the Premier League, there's no debate in my eyes. They are a huge team. They've been in Europe, they've won First Division titles, they've won FA Cups, and they've got a cracking fan base, so I've gone with Ipswich. Sadly, Pompey and Ipswich don't have their rivalries in here. There's no Norwich and there is no Southampton. For me, they are the smaller side to those derbies. No offence to Southampton and Norwich fans, but I think Ipswich and Pompey are bigger clubs, personally. Then we've gone with one where I don't know, I'm a bit iffy on this one. This would be the one that I would switch out, if any, and another one. I'll tell you the one in a second, but I've gone with Derby. I've put it in there for one reason, Nottingham Forest, that's their derby, and another reason, they are a big club, right? A lot of people say they're not because they haven't won a lot, and that is true. You do have to win a lot to be a big club, but that's not the only thing. We've got attendance, we've got stadium, we've got fans, and they hit it on all that. Their attendance is a phenomenal 31,000 in League One. That's what we were getting, and we're meant to be a much bigger club than them. But obviously it was opening day, so we'll see how the form on attendance carries on. I doubt they'll hit the levels that we did, but still, cracking fans, unbelievable. And then we've got from Derby, we've obviously got unreal fans, some of the loyalist fans in the EFL. They go to the games when they're already relegated. 4,000 of them rocked up to Blackpool when they were already relegated. That's support that doesn't come with just winning stuff. That's just being a good fan and being a very loyal fan. So for that reason alone, Derby do have to be in there, but I'm a bit iffy on it. Next we've got West Ham. Historically, West Ham aren't a big club. A lot of people say they are. For me, they're not that big. I'd say we're bigger. We've won more than West Ham. The only thing that differentiates West Ham from other clubs is they have some of the best fans around. 60,000 people go to their ground to see them sit 7th, which is decent in recent times, but they had like 40,000 people going to their ground 20, 30 years ago when they won nothing. They had one good era in like the 90s or 80s, and that's it. They aren't a big club, but they have a cracking fan base, so fair play to West Ham. They have to be in there for me, just on that alone. And then I've gone for the rivalry, Birmingham. So you can obviously guess I'm going to put Villa in there. Villa have to be in there. Massive club, huge club, won the Champions League, won everything. Yeah, for me, that should have put that non-negotiable. They are massive. But yeah, anyway, moving on, Birmingham. This is the one I'm a bit iffy on. I don't know much about Birmingham's history. I know they are a somewhat big club. I know they have won a lot, but I've mainly put them in here because I would have put other teams over them just because of the rivalry with Villa. But that rivalry is the second best in England, second to only Sunderland, Newcastle. Obviously the biggest rivalry in England. I don't want to hear any debate about that. I'm only joking. There probably is a debate for us and Newcastle versus Birmingham and Villa. But anyway, Birmingham are in there for that reason mainly. Then we've got in last place, I couldn't decide. So here are my options, and you can decide. If you've got any other clubs, let us know. But my options are, ignore the dog, it's not even mine. Next door neighbour's dog, man, someone needs to sort him out. But anyway, we've got Bolton, Wolves, West Brom, Blackburn, Borough and Palace. Those are the ones that I narrowed it down to. If you've got any other, right, I'm sorry, but what is happening out there? It is currently 3:20 in the morning and that dog's barking. Anyway, stop now for a sec. So yeah, Bolton, Wolves, West Brom, Blackburn, Borough and Palace. There was a few more I could have thought about putting in. However, those are my options. Please let me know what you think should be, or who should be in 20th place. Realistically, this wasn't in order, but this is the one where I can't decide, so I need help. So let us know who should it be, and I'll decide eventually. I'll put the pinned comment as who I've decided. So yeah, thanks guys, and have a fantastic day. Please like and subscribe.